Good morning. My name is Sister Susan, and I am here to share today's devotion on virus versus verses. The heart is a vital organ in the human body. Its medical definition is a muscular organ that pumps and circulates blood throughout the body. The heart, in its symbolic sense, is the core of emotion, affection, and love. But what does the Bible say about the heart? It is mentioned in the Bible almost 1,000 times, and it says that the heart is that spiritual part of us where our emotions and desires dwell. Our verse for today is Proverbs 4:23, and it says, "Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the springs of life." Everything we do comes from our heart. It is our control center. Our hearts determine our behavior. What you are saying or doing is a reflection of what is going on inside of you. Your heart is the source of everything you do. The springs of life flow from the heart. If you plug a spring, the water stops. If you poison the spring, the water becomes toxic. Not only is the spring impacted, but all of life downstream is affected. It is the same way with your heart. If your heart is not healthy, it impacts everything around you: your family, friends, ministry, career, and your whole life. Your heart is extremely valuable. It is the very essence of who you are, the core of your being, where you hold your dreams, desires, and passions. For this very reason, our heart is a treasure. It is a valuable. We do not guard worthless things. There are ways we can keep our heart right so we could keep the stream of our life happy for ourselves and beneficial for others. Keep your heart full. That is the first one. The spring of water should be full so that there is an abundance of water supply. A dry spring cannot be a water source if it is empty. Our hearts are full if we remain close in communion with Jesus by living a life of prayer and soaking in His presence and in His Word. When we live far away from Him, we feel dry and barren. The second one is to keep your heart pure. If we keep our hearts pure, this will be reflected in the way we speak, the way we act, and the way we live our everyday life. What goes on in our heart is what comes out. Matthew 12:34 says that out of the abundance of our heart, the mouth speaks. The third one is keep your heart peaceable and quiet. Peace comes through trusting Jesus. Philippians 4:7 says that the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and mind through Christ Jesus. Rest in knowing that God is always faithful to keep you in the daily grind of life. And the fourth is keep your heart undivided. You must not give half your love to Jesus and half to the world. Romans 12:2 says that we should not conform to the world. Surrender your heart, surrender your all to Jesus. We are living in challenging times right now. For 9 months, the COVID-19 pandemic has reshaped the way we live. The normal life has been disrupted to create a new normal in our everyday lives. And yet, at this time when our hearts are weak and fragile, I pray that, number one, we may have a cheerful heart. Proverbs 17:22 says, "A cheerful heart is a good medicine." When we see around us, what we see around us will diminish our joy, but let us choose to release joy in whatever place we are in the home or in our workplaces. In this season of Christmas, let us remember that Jesus came to bring good news and glad tidings of great joy. I also pray that we may have a thankful heart. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, Give thanks in all circumstances. There is power in a thankful heart. It is the key that turns your situation around because it changes you, your outlook, and your attitude. Begin to thank God for all the blessings He has given instead of dwelling on the negative. I have worked through this pandemic every day, though how draining and stressful a shift may be. I thank God that I still have a job, an opportunity to share God's love and compassion for the sick and the weak. And also, I pray that we may have a heart of worship. Despite our circumstances, let us worship God because He is worthy of all our praises. Let us acknowledge and thank Him for all He is, and all that He's doing. So to everybody, I pray that we may have a cheerful heart, a thankful heart, and a heart of worship. May God bless you. Have a wonderful day.